friends. Today, I'm so excited to talk about the Wild Wonder Nature Journaling Conference that happened back in September. It was such an amazing experience. It is something that I plan to do every single year. It was so special. And maybe even one of these years be someone who teaches at it. Like, that's an incredibly big goal for me, but I think it would be so fun and I would love to do that. So I just want to flip to my pages from the conference. So to start off, this page here with the slug, it started off on September 18th, and we were exploring different textures, fast and slow, with Robin Lee Carlson, an amazing artist, and I've just really loved learning from her. Zoom in on that a little bit. So with this class, it was really fun because we went over different patterns and different lines, how to make different textures and have these different variations in your brush. And then we did the same thing with our watercolor brush, which was a lot of fun. You can like blur to more defined, pressure variation, and different pigment concentrations. So we experimented a little bit with that, and then we went into our subject, which was the banana slug. And you can see here we did like a quick banana slug. This was simply just with a watercolor brush, and we did it very quickly. Like the idea was to just get the outline and some of the coloring. And then we went into our more detailed subject, which I had a ton of fun drawing. I've never seen one of these guys in real life. So it was a lot of fun to draw and have a subject that I've never seen. And he just came out so cute. I just love it. And it's different. It's so wonderful having a step-by-step learning process with these artists. And it just makes the whole experience really special. Also on this page, it's a mix of two different artists. So I'll talk about this half of the page in a minute. But this was also with Robin Lee Carlson. We did a newt, and we're trying to and this was also a fast texture, just getting the outline with the watercolor brush. And then up here is the more detailed subject, which was a lot of fun. Got his little eye, his little legs. I just really enjoyed Robin's teaching style, and I learned so much in this class that I took with me to my own nature journaling practice. So it's something that I'm just so thankful I got to be a part of. It was beautiful. And then onto this next page, this half of the page, this little corner here, I kind of shoved it in because I didn't really know what to expect with the nature journaling conference. I didn't know if I wanted to dedicate a whole single page or a whole 2-page spread to each artist that I attended their class, or if I wanted to try to break it up and save page space. So that's it. That's why it's kind of messy, but that's okay. So this next one, this little corner up here, was a class by Marley Pfeiffer. So fun. And he he was like so energetic and so enthusiastic, like definitely allowed me to play in my nature journal and helped me like get loose and just do whatever. So we were ripping out a bunch of different paper styles. We were practicing using the white gel pen. We did the 3D relief of the landscape. Also did some really cute little leaf printing where I took a leaf in a ink pad and just tapped the leaf, and then I did the print of the leaf on my page there. It was so fun. Like, I really adored this way of nature journaling. It's probably not something that I'll continue to do, but it was a super, super fun class to take and just to see the difference in all the nature journalers out there. I also really loved how Marley like walked us through like a digital hike. And it gave me some ideas on how I might want to do some classes and teaching around this area where I live, because I live in northern Arizona. It is really remote and very rural, but I love it here, and I really enjoy taking people out and showing them all the different things here. So it was just a very fun class. I enjoyed this so much. And I've never put like different types of paper in my sketchbook or nature journal before, so that was a new thing for me. Yeah, and right here I have little notes around the side. It says warm up, doodle lines, have fun. And he uses art journaling and scrapbooking techniques to have fun in your nature journal. That's kind of like what the class was about, and using different tools and different papers. So absolutely loved it. Great tips from Marley. Okay, next is one of my absolute favorite artists. I have her art prints on my wall. I am surrounded by them daily. I absolutely love Jean McKay. Something about her art and her style, like it just makes me feel like I have a very similar style to her. I love learning from her, and just observing the natural world the way she does is just so amazing. And like everybody knows, Jean McKay's handwriting is like the best. So with Jean McKay, we did a collecting nature in your sketchbook, which was really fun because when you think of like collections, a lot of the times I think of like actual physical pieces and putting it on my shelf, right? But with nature, especially in like national parks and um, wilderness reserve areas where we're not supposed to collect nature physically, you can still collect it in your sketchbook. So with her, we were talking about having different collections. So this is my mushroom page. And I love this because if I ever see a mushroom in Arizona, which happens in Flagstaff, but where I'm at, very rarely do I see a mushroom unless I'm like in the garden or something. But I will collect mushrooms on this little page thanks to Jean. I learned a lot about shadow in Jean's class. We talked about like painting white subjects. So all of these mushrooms in the photos that we were looking at were actually white. But this mushroom had a little bit more of a cool tone, so we used cool tone shadows. This one had a little bit more of a warm tone, so we used some warm tone shadows. And then I just love the nature of the way that she does like the grass and stuff underneath the subject she's drawing. So I learned so much, and it was just incredible to share a digital space with Jean McKay. Like I can't wait to take more of her classes. They are truly, she's my favorite artist, hands down. Like I love the stuff she does. Like I said, I have her art prints on my wall, and it's just kind of one of the people that got me started with nature journaling. So I hope to be able to go to her Audubon camp one of these days. That's going to be a future goal. So I used to work up in Maine, and I think it would be incredible to visit the Maine coast again. So yeah, the class with Jean McKay was such a treat for me, like for my personal reasons, and just like I've been so inspired by her work. And next, oh my gosh, Sophia Gazarian is incredible. She's so sweet. I love her style. And so we got to draw birds with Sophia, and I had so much fun. It was just, she's a great instructor, a great teacher. She gave really great tips for everything. And I feel like these two little birdies came out so well. She really helped direct me in guiding like the spacing and the proportion with the bird, especially its legs, and getting like the movement of the bird. It really helped. Yeah, I loved her little European stone chat class. So incredible. And so, yeah, this is days and days of nature journaling. The very first day I stuck it out and I did from 8 a.m. until the very end of the day. I was on my computer all day long. And then the second day I had to work. So I didn't get to catch some of my favorite artists that were on Thursday. So I went from September 18th and I had to skip September 19th, which was Thursday. And they had some of my favorite artists with that too. So I've had to revisit and go back to that. And then next, yeah, see on this page, I decided to do one page per art class this day. This one is fun. This class was on September 22nd, a class on sketching nature and urban landscapes with Nishant Jain. And I never, ever, ever draw people. So this was a big challenge for me, and I had a ton of fun with it because a lot of the times when, well, I shouldn't say a lot of the times, like I never go anywhere where there's a lot of people. I am a nature junkie. I like wide open spaces, but this gave me the confidence I needed that like when I am in a spot and like at the coffee shop or something and I want to draw the coffee shop scene, like I can add people in and it doesn't look so bad. So it was a lot of fun to add people in and have movement and use that in my nature journal because most of the time when I think about nature journaling, I'm thinking about hiking and camping and being in nature. I'm not thinking about like this is a really pretty park scene. And I've started going to my local community garden a lot. And so I'm envisioning like using this in my community garden with like watching the other gardeners in their garden beds and planting and working. So that's probably how I'll use it or at coffee shops. So it just gave me a lot of confidence in putting people into my landscape because as people moving through the world, we are a part of nature. So we influence nature a lot. Oh my goodness. Okay, this class. Hands down, probably like the holy grail of the whole conference for me. This was with Claire Giordano. We did a class with her on monochrome mountains. And so this is all one color. I used ultramarine blue for everything in this photo. I think maybe I mixed in a tiny little bit of shadow violet throughout some of the more gray spots here, but like just a dab of shadow violet. The rest of this is done in ultramarine. And this is all watercolor, only watercolor. There's no ink on there. We did a pencil sketch first that was really light and loose, and then we came back through and did our mountain. And I am so happy with this. I'm trying to get better at my watercolor studies, and so this was really helpful for me. I loved her teaching style. It was perfect as a beginner, and I just had so much fun. I'm so thankful to Claire for sharing her gift with all of us, and it was amazing. So I will be looking for more classes from her for sure. And like the other thing about the nature journaling conference is I got to try a lot of different classes. I got to try a lot of different instructors and different artists and different nature journalers. And so it made me be like, oh, I really liked this person or I really enjoyed this person's style. And it gave me an idea of who I want to dive deeper with and who I want to take more classes from as an individual. And Claire is definitely one of those people for me because I learned so much in this class. It was so fun. This is definitely one of my favorite pages to look at. And then this one, this is all I have for this class because I just enjoyed watching so much. Maz with Shay Mahajan. The cutest person I think I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. Just so sweet. He pops up on the screen and he has like these little antennae for the moths that he was presenting, and his whole story was about how he came into nature journaling and moths, and these were 30-second studies of moths. So he'd put a timer on and be like 30 seconds, draw this moth, and then he was like flash mobbing and dancing, and it was a lot of fun. I think the thing that I loved most about this is like seeing other people who get so excited for nature the way that I do and bringing it into our daily lives. So this was just such a refreshing class. I did the 30-second drawings and then I just kind of listened to his story, listened to how much he's grown as a person and a person who loves nature and bugs. Bugs can be pretty. So very cool stuff. So like I said, this took place September 18th through the 22nd this year. And so I'll definitely be on the lookout for next year's announcement. And I did not get to attend this because altogether, oh my goodness, I actually have it in the back here. Let me find it. So altogether, this is the whole schedule. This is the whole schedule for the whole nature journaling conference. So this is the whole schedule for the Wild Wonder Nature Journaling Conference. It was 5 days long. And so the ones that you see that I have the yellow slashes through are the ones that I've actually sat down and done the full class. So I still have so many more to enjoy, which I can't wait to do. I'm going to start knocking them out like one day at a time. And on this Thursday, I ended up missing a lot of my favorite nature journalers and artists. So I can't wait to sit down and watch theirs because I know that they're going to have amazing classes. But I just wanted to get this video recorded and talk about how wonderful this conference was. If you love art, if you love making art about nature as your subject, please keep this on your radar for next year. The Wild Wonder Nature Journaling Conference. It's incredible. And then at the end of the night, there was a key speaker for each night. What is that? 30 different classes or speakers. And it's just wonderful. So yeah, I did not get to attend all of them yet. So we're working on it one by one. And the great thing about it too is that even though I tried to attend live, life came up, and now I have the recorded sessions that I can still look back on. And if I want to revisit any of these, I have those recorded sessions too, which is great. All right. So next, this was the color theory class with Seppi George, and it was great. Like I've done color theory before, but I had just built a new palette and I had all these colors in it, so I wanted to play with this particular color palette, which was so fun because I have a couple of different yellows, I have a couple different blues, and a couple of different reds. And I'm realizing now, like after I did this, I was like, these yellows should have been swapped, but that's okay. I did a little mix down here. It was just a lot of fun. We did our normal, of course, like our primaries and our secondaries. And then we did like the combinations with the warmer yellow, cooler yellow, warmer blue, cooler blue type of stuff. And then we went into shading and different tints for your leaves. It was a lot of fun. And then we did a whole color study on neutrals from these palettes. So I really enjoyed that. And then so far, I think that's all I've done out of the conference. Yep. But I cannot speak highly enough about the Nature Journaling Conference. It would be fun to do like a little weekend and watch the Nature Journaling Conference and hike and paint and draw together. Anyways, just wanted to walk you through my experience attending the Wild Wonder Nature Journaling Conference. It was incredible. 10 out of 10 will do again. And I hope you have a great week. Stick around because next week I think I am in the process of getting some outdoor filming gear so that I could possibly take you on some like hike with me, draw with me type of things. I'm excited to do that. So stay tuned for that.